And I am back with another video. So, welcome to another podcast, we can say. So, I was just thinking what should we talk about today, and then I thought I will share some a story with you. So, I'm going to share with you how I became my dream woman. So, last year, many of you don't know, but I was going through a lot. And last year is when I drew the line like now it's time for me to take action. So previously I had always had plans like trying to do it and then not doing it. And then last year it came to a point where I had to take a big action. So I'm going to be sharing with you my story as I give you some prompts how you can do it. So I always love to give you examples from my real story so you can get inspired and also you can so that's why today I don't have any notes. I'm just going to let everything flow. I'm going to be leaning on my feminine energy and let everything to just flow. So I was saying that how I discovered myself is I had to sit down and say, this is not who I want to be, like to continue. Like there, like in life, it has to happen some things for us to be awakened, especially if you are not, especially if you are not meant to settle in this universe. Something will happen so that you get awakened, and whether you like it or not, at some point you will have to awaken. So I always knew that I am a high dreamer, like I have big dreams, and I also, but things we don't learn in the school, like even if you have PhD or you are a university material, or it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. There are some things you don't learn in school, and some things we only learn through real life. And so there has been some setbacks which had to happen to me to recognize my power back, like to recognize who I am, to recognize who I am meant to be and not settle for the minimum. So first of all, I feel like when you rediscover yourself, you don't become a new person who you have never been. I think you just go back to who you are always were before you lost yourself. So most of the people who do this self discovery journey, basically you just return back to your original self, who you are always were, who you are born to be, not who the society made you to become, not who failed relationships made you to become, not who um, chasing for money made you to become, but basically you just go back to your original self, whom God created in His own image. So I didn't plan anything which is coming out. You are meant to hear it. So when I was going through this situation last year, and when I had to really trust myself and take step, I like there were some things, there were some situations which happened, and I was like, it cannot continue like this. So I don't know where you are in your position, but I'm sure whichever you are going through, you know yourself much better than anyone. Like sometimes our healing journey can start from a broken relationship. It can start from a failing exam. It can start from someone dying. It can start from, I feel like, especially for women, healing journeys start when something major happened, like a divorce, loss of somebody. You know what I mean? it's unfortunate that it's something very bad has to happen for you to awaken, but I think that's how it's meant to be. And you can see grief as something bad, or you can see grief as a stepping stone to arise to become your higher version, because sometimes when this situation don't happen, we just take life for granted, like we just move through life as if as don't cares, as entitled people. And then one day you lose something and you finally open your eyes like, wow, this can happen to me too. So it's not like and also you learn that to those people who it happened, it is not always a person's choice. But sometimes we can judge from point where you feel like you are so well off, you are so immune that this stuff cannot happen to you until it happens to you. Yeah, but yeah, so my information will only be understood by somebody who is walking through path. My information is not meant for everyone. So if you are not understanding what I'm talking about, don't worry. When your spirit will be ready for it, then you will receive it. But as for now, it might sound a little bit complicated. So also manifestations changed my life for good. So before I started this manifestation thing, I was just watching people talk about it, and never could imagine myself speaking about stuff like this because I was like, what are they speaking about? And some of them had a lot of views. So when a video is viral, sometimes you tend to think like maybe they are just using the topic for views. But I can attest that it's not only about views, it's about touching someone's life, inspiring someone, and also just being yourself. So yeah, another thing which helped me get out of the we can call it the rat was recognize asking myself who was I before all this happened. Like where did it, like you have who are you originally, like back then? What were your beliefs? What were your values? That's why I'm saying that to the high sometimes our higher version is basically just returning back to ourself, because you lose yourself, losing yourself, and when you lose yourself on the journey and you become a completely different embodiment who you are not. So you are living two lives. Inside of you, you have the inner child who is starving, suffocating, and outside of you, you have this mask, and that why you always have these two personalities crashing, because you cannot be in two embodiments at once. Yeah, and that why when you want to become a higher version, the old version has to die. So dying is most times associated with negativity and something bad happening. But dying off, I mean like you have to surrender your previous self to become your new higher version. So, guys, I hope you can hear me because I just received the WhatsApp and most times it affects internet. Please, if the audio is not good, let me know because I made a live stream last week and the audio is unfortunately not as good, and it was almost an hour, guys. So, please, if you are watching, even if you are not interested with my message, just let me that the audio is okay, at least for the people who wanna come back and rewatch. So I was sharing with you how I became the woman of my dreams. First of all, I had to know who is that woman. How, what does she allow and what does she not allow? Like, if you are going through a situation right now which you know it is not serving you good, which you know it's lower than your values, your standards, like I permit you to start asking yourself, what could you, if you are not in that situation, if you don't have some limitations like finance, like shame, like being ashamed, what will your friends say, like fear of not managing because of finances, uh, where would you be? Would you still stay in the same position if you had $1 million in the bank? If you had, if you didn't care what your friends are going to say, you know what I mean? If you can still stay in the same position you are in now, even if you had $1 million in the bank, if you didn't care what your friends are going to say, then you're in the right place. But if you had money, maybe it's the money holding you back, maybe it's the shame of your friends will think you are not good as they thought you were. It is the most stuff holding you back, which are blocked. Yes, and that where you start redis- rediscovering yourself and taking the first step of moving to the next step. So how I did it was, first of all, look at myself and say, this is not me. Like, you have to face yourself in the mirror and accept maybe you lost yourself at some point, because um on that day I decided I am not going to live like this anymore. I looked on my phone and I had like really a lot. There's no one photo, it's only me alone, like only me. There were my kids and other people, because I love making a lot of pictures of foods or places I visit. And then I was like, no, how come everyone else and everything else is so important, and in my own phone there are thousands and thousands of photos and there's no one photo about me? I went to DM and I printed a picture of myself and I put it here behind as a, I don't know what you call it, not screensaver, behind the phone. So that's how I my healing journey started. And then on the screensaver of my mobile phone, I put my photo. Like, and I would be like, first I didn't understand what I'm doing, but with time, every day, I would look at that picture and remind myself of who I am. Like, I am worthy. I am a goddess. I am, like, I would affirm to myself all the things I love doing to other people. I started, I love buying flowers for my friends. I started buying flowers for myself. People would say, are you crazy? Why are you buying flowers for yourself and chocolates? When you start giving yourself that thing you are always giving to other people, it is the beginning of your um, healing journey. Because most times we give what we wish other people would give to us. Most times we do for other people what we wish other people would bring to us, and that's what people call love languages. Basically, love languages are all the stuff you didn't receive when you were younger, your inner child. Your love languages, people use it for fun, but actually your love languages are all the stuff your inner child wishes she got when she was, when you are, I don't know, 3 year old, 5 year old, 6 year old, the younger version of you. The love you didn't receive, the gifts you didn't receive, the compliments you didn't receive, the acknowledgement you didn't receive, your everything. Basically, if you look at what are your love languages right now, if you write them down, what do you love from the 5 love languages? Word of affirmation, touch, physical touch, gifting. There are five. Just go and Google them and list them out, and then come and comment on my video. You were wrong. I will prove to you that these are the stuff you didn't get as a child. That's why you now as an adult you enjoy it so much, because it is healing for your inner child. It sounds crazy, but it's unfortunately the truth. For example, I love gifting. Oh my god, I would gift my friends take them out, think as if I'm their boyfriend, pay their stuff. Oh my God. Buying them flowers, like gifting them stuff worth thousands of euros because I just like them so much. Oh, and while I'm abandoning myself, so I had to put a stop on it because I noticed when I started reducing doing this stuff for people, some people fell off. When I stopped, it's called people pleasing. When you stop people pleasing is when you recognize who are your true friends. People pleasing is when you are always doing stuff to please other people, but deep down you know you are abandoning yourself. For example, when people call you to go outing on a disco, and then you go with them, and you know you have an exam you should be um, studying for, but you choose to people please your friends so they don't think you're broke, or maybe you are broke, you are using the money you should be using for the next week food stuff, but you don't want to show your friends that you are not in a good position in the moment, so you just go with them to please them. So that is you abandoning your inner child, because you know very well you will come back later and then you come back to your depression. You will go there, make photos, hurry, have fun. And then when you come back, you are depressed again, people pleasing. So that's why you need boundaries. Boundaries are very important. For example, if maybe let's say this week you have three invitations, like really thinking which one do I really need the most? Instead of going both of them, you decide, okay, I'm going to go only one. And then the next time you go the other one. But people pleasing and lack of boundaries is going both, and then overusing the money you should be saving for some trip or something. So yeah, this healing journey is something you do. There's no end. Like when you heal one area, maybe you heal the love area, you find that the financial area you have to work on, then the relationship area, then the work, the business. Like there is always an area you will need some kind of expansion. That's why healing the nervous system is very important, because even if you heal your love area and your dream man is standing in front of your door, you will still find a way to self sabotage it, because your nervous system is not ready to accumulate. If your container is not big enough, it is like if someone, your nervous system can hold only 5 liters and someone is pouring 10 liters into you, it will overflow because your container is so small to hold all the abundance. That's why the healing, inner healing helps you release some blocks so that you can energetically expand your container to hold more and more and more abundance. That's why you notice when you heal one area, you become abundant in all other areas because they are all connected, like the money and men and business and the inner healing. Generally, the inner healing, it's connected with how you move on with your life day to day, whether it's with any human connection, with any animal connection, with the kids connection. That's why when you are very healed, you are in your feminine energy, you attract a lot of attention because you become like a light. You become like a light in the darkness, and everyone can recognize the light. You speak differently, you move differently, like you just become a different embodiment than when you are wounded, when you are triggered, when you are angry, when you have baggages. When you have baggages, carrying is when people say you look old than your age. When you have your skin breaking out, you have some things because there is something you are carrying you should have released, either energetically or physically. You know what I mean? It can be worries. Like sometimes when you have a pain in the shoulder, at the back, like now I am having some discomfort on my back. I don't know what happened. Yesterday we went for a walk. I think it was too much. Just trying to tell me that to move my waist more. There was a time I used to dance Zumba. So yeah. Also, just listen to your body sometimes. Sometimes the pains we get are not just normal pains. Sometimes it is your body trying to wake you up. Like there must be something my body is telling me now. If I listen very well, I will probably know the answer. Like your body is always trying to talk to you, but we are so busy with work, with our kids, with our marriages, with our relationships, with our friends, with everything else, with Netflix, with Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And then we forget ourselves, and that's where we lose ourselves, me included. That's why I'm constantly like coming here, remind myself because like now I was like, I have pain. I don't know if I want to make this video. But then I was like, you know what? I know if I don't do it, I will regret later. So let me do even if let me see how many minutes I can push. It's better than nothing because if I only excuse I have pain, then I will not do it and then it will not get better. So later I will have pain and also discomfort of I didn't um another tip of becoming your higher self is feeding your inner child with intense love and care. Even if you are broke, like there are some DIYs like nails. Um, I was also taking supplements. I started taking supplements. I went to the shop and bought very basic supplements. I'm not saying like you need very professional and expensive supplements. It can be magnesium, it can be iron, it can be I am taking omega 3 and my nails became so long and everyone was asking me where I does my nails and I'm like these are my natural nails and people were like what and they are touching them and admiring them. That's how self care starts. When you take care of yourself, other people start recognizing it because they will show out how your skin is glowing, how your hair is flowing, how your energy is, and then you will notice people want to be more and more in your um people want to be more and more with you, to spend time with you. Like you have people checking on you, you have people just caring, people you have not, never even met, even people in the supermarket or in the city, you know, you want to talk to you, compliment. That's why you should always receive compliments as if you are receiving $1,000 check. Because for someone to recognize you, it means you have done so much inner work. And I'm not only speaking about you are now being complimented because you have a, you know, you can have a cute jacket and not look good in it. And you can have something from Target or from Temu. I'm not shaming any brand. Actually, they sent me box. Only I didn't see the email. I can't wait to work with them. Like you can wear something cheap and look expensive. And someone else can wear something expensive and not even anyone will pay attention. It is your energy. It is always all about energy. Because when the embodiment is from the inside out, then it doesn't even matter what you're wearing. Of course, the eye is always looking, you know. The eye love beautiful stuff, of course. But I'm just saying that when you have this anything look good. Another thing of when you start doing your inner healing, you will lose some stuff. Your marriage can break down. Some friends, it can you be your best friends will break down. Like it doesn't matter if you are friends for 10 years or 20 years. So I'm just warning you in case you start doing your inner work and then maybe you start noticing issues with your marriage. It because when you raise your vibration, either the people who are lower, vibrating lower than you will fall off, or if they are meant to be in your higher version, they will rise with you and then move with you to the higher version. But if they were not meant to move with the higher version of you, like stuff will just happen and they will fall out. Either some argument will happen so that they fall out. Something will just happen. Thank you everyone for joining. If you can hear me well, please give the video a like. I appreciate very much your time. Yeah. So, and also sometimes if people fall out, don't worry, because not everyone is meant to come with you. And sometimes things and people are being removed out because you are expanding, and they have to create space for more and better. So sometimes we are holding back because we feel like we are losing, when actually we are being expanded so we can receive more and better. Like I promise you, the people who I have attracted this year are are my dream people, my dream friends, my dream relationships, who I was dreaming of when I was having these other ones. They were also good. Everything happens for a reason. But in this, when I am in my higher version, like the people, I don't have to second guess. I don't have to explain myself. Like it's so flowing that there is so much trust. There is so much love. It's amazing. So sorry, when you trust the process and when you are flowing in your feminine energy, then everything happens just amazingly. Another thing is you have to do self development. Like I haven't watched, if I tell you I haven't watched TV for I think 2 years, I have not taken the remote and switched on the TV for like 2 years. You will be like, what? I don't even know what people watch anymore. Like I can't remember the last time I was sitting here looking on the screen. I didn't deactivate my Instagram, but I created another Instagram where, in case I need to go on Instagram, I will just pop in there, look specific people who I want to see, and get out. Because my other Instagram, I had follow over 1,000 people. The problem is when you're not in a good mental state and you go to social media and you have all those feeds waiting for you there, it bombards you even more. You become even more stressed. Then you don't even have a minute to have your own thoughts, because the feed is showing you, your friend, this of your friend did this and that. So it's showing you like all the things you are missing when you are actually missing nothing. So I think last week I looked back to messages, like 20 or 30 messages. Where are you? What happened to you? Nothing happened to me. I'm completely fine. I'm doing great. I'm driving. I just had to. I think some people call. I think some people call it social media detox. It was well needed, guys. Also, sometimes if you are feeling overwhelmed, try logging out of social media. You will be amazed how social media stuffs your head. Also, when you are trying to move on and self-develop yourself, there's no way you can self-develop yourself when you have so much stuff in front of your eyes. So I don't mind. I even forgot my TikTok pin. I had like, I don't know, 1,000 followers there. I think Facebook is 5,000. I don't know. Maybe they dropped off. I don't even care. My Facebook. So now I'm back on YouTube. I'm back completely different. Like I have different content now. You have noticed I don't make the same content anymore. Now I know what I want, because before that I was just trying what is trending. And the problem is, if you go to someone's channel, you say, this is trending, let me try. You go to someone else's channel, this is trending. Like you just become a shadow of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are this and that because it's trending, but it is not who you are. And that's why some videos trend on other people's channel and then some don't trend on other people's channel, because of embodiment. Because when you are trying to do a video just because I did it and got million of views, and you try it, maybe you will get your own 50,000. But it is always different how the person, you are not that person. You are not the same personality. They don't look like you. You don't speak the same. So of course, YouTube sometimes you have to like copycat your work colleague because somehow the algorithm is maybe this thing is trending. But the difference of being embodied in who you are, you attract people who are aligned to your content. So like that's why people say, where who are you using to like log off? Nobody is watching. Of course, there is somebody watching, because only because there are not 500 people watching in the moment. It doesn't mean like in 1 year more and more people are going to get attracted because the engagement started. So you have a meaningful message. Sometimes it's enough, even if it's only one person received it and got blessed with it. So yeah, what many people don't understand is not always about having 1,000 followers. There are people with small subscribers which earn thousand of money than big subscribers, because I was so shocked. My email is full of brands, like big companies from Sweden, Amsterdam, Germany wanting to work with me, companies which work with only big celebrities, sending me like 5 emails. Please, please, we want to work with you. They did not get our last message, and I wasn't seeing it because I was having stress. I didn't check my email, and I was also undermining myself like, which brand want to work with me? I don't have so many followers, only for me to come and find like 50, 50 emails of big companies who are wanting to work with me, and I didn't see it. Can you imagine? So it is not always about having million of followers. Of course, it looks nice. Of course, I would want my channel to grow up to 5,000 followers at least, because it has really gotten stuck on this 3,000 on the screen. Now there's 333, so I think it's a confirmation that soon we will be 5,000. Of course, that's my dream. But my biggest dream is at least to inspire one person, and sometimes that's even enough to inspire somebody to become better version of themselves, to love themselves more, to see that you are not alone, and also, yeah, I showed up. Like I promised myself to be showing up. So I don't know. I feel like I can go on and on and on, but I think I will end the video because I don't know. I am feeling some back pains, and yeah, I will go and take care of myself. You guys, I will see you in my next one. I have a playlist. If you want to watch more of my videos, go on my channel, subscribe, and then you can access all my playlists. Like I have so many videos. And yeah, I will see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye.